International. The Trump administration has launched a national security investigation into car and truck imports that could lead to new U.S. tariffs similar to those imposed on imported steel and aluminium in March. The Commerce Department on Wednesday said the probe would investigate whether vehicle and parts imports were threatening the industry's health and ability to research and develop new, advanced technologies. There is evidence suggesting that, for decades, imports from abroad have eroded our domestic car industry, said Commerce Secretary Wilbur Ross, promising a thorough, fair and transparent investigation. Higher tariffs could be particularly painful for Asian car makers including Toyota, Nissan, Honda and Hyundai, which count the U.S. as a key market. The announcement sparked a broad sell-off in carmakers' shares across the region. Japan and South Korea said they would monitor the situation, while Beijing, which is increasingly eyeing the U.S. as a potential market, added that it would defend its interests. China opposes the abuse of national security clauses, which will seriously damage multilateral trade systems and disrupt normal international trade order, said Gao Feng, spokesperson at the Ministry of Commerce. We will closely monitor the situation under the U.S. probe and fully evaluate the possible impact and resolutely defend our own legitimate interests. Courting voters. The probe comes as Trump courts voters in the U.S. industrial heartland ahead of midterm elections later this year, and opens a new front in his America First trade agenda aimed at clawing back manufacturing jobs lost to overseas competitors. Earlier this month it was reported that Ford's imported vehicles were being held up at Chinese ports, adding to a growing list of U.S. products facing issues at China's borders. The majority of vehicles sold in the U.S. by Japanese and South Korean carmakers are produced there, but most firms also export from plants in Asia, Mexico, Canada and other countries. Roughly one-third of all U.S. vehicle imports last year were from Asia. In addition to recently imposed 25% tariffs on steel and 10% tariffs on aluminum imports, the administration has threatened tariffs on $50 billion or 622 billion worth of Chinese goods over intellectual property complaints, and Beijing has vowed to respond. The administration is also trying to renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement to return more car production to the U.S. In a separate statement, President Donald Trump said, "Core industries such as automobiles and automotive parts are critical to our strength as a nation." The U.S. imported 8.3 million vehicles worth $192 billion last year, Reuters.